exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Plagued Planet. You look bushed, Chris.
Your dad's still glued to his console, Chris?
Is he? Since that radio telescope arrived, he's forgotten what sleep is.
Like a laddie with a new toy, eh?
And naturally, he expects you to enjoy it with him.
Day and night, night and day.
Crystal, come here, quick.
Oh, no. He's discovered another uncharted meteorite or something.
Crystal, Scott, Taurus, anybody.
Coming, Father. What is it?
Come here and look. A new planet. Not very large, but there's a haze around it. That could mean atmosphere. We might never have found it without our radio telescope.
Atmosphere, That could mean life of some sort, Professor.
That's right, Scott.
Okay, how far off is it and when do we explore it?
Chris, you know the lad hasn't given a thought to such a thing.
Of course not. Besides, it's so hazy you can hardly see the planet.
Our radio telephotos will improve on that haze. We'll look at them before you chart the trip. What's the matter? Did I say something funny? The radio telescope's photomechanism employs a series of infrared filters, which eliminate much of the haze. Let's try to get a closer view. There. That's much better. Now, notice how the planet appears to be sort of purplish, lavender color. Aye. I was wondering about that. Well, the planet has an atmosphere which serves to filter out or neutralize the yellows from the color spectrum. In other words, add yellow to those colors and what you get.
Browns and greens. Vegetation.
Exactly.
So that's how you arrived at your deduction.
Well, that's amazing. A scientist has to be a detective.
What else can you tell us, Professor Sherlock Holmes? Oh, lots more, Taurus. Notice the polar ice caps, the area of dense tone of vegetation around the equator.
What you're saying is that the signs of life are all there, Professor.
Yes, they're all there, Scott. Aye, if the signs of life are all there, what's the question?
You want to explain it, Professor?
Our friend Planet X is positioned so far out in our solar system that you can't possibly be receiving solar energy to sustain the life forms indicated.
But why?
Aye, how?
Well, that's what we aim to find out. Right, Doc?
Right. There's no sense in exploring the known.
Well?
What are we waiting for?
Clear the tube for blast off.
Strapped in, gang?
Go here.
Aye, Skipper.
Launch control. We're ready for countdown.
Roger, Starduster. Control ready and counting.
Reactors, go.
Umbilical, go.
Cabin pressure, go.
Tube doors opening.
Angle of blast 230, vector 4.
Correcting angle.
Trajectory, go.
AB temperature, go.
Increasing power. 5, 3, 2, 1. Firing command. What's our ETA, Chris?
6.4 space period, Scott.
Why, that would place Planet X halfway out to Alpha Centauri. There she is, Skipper. Right on target.
What does she look like, Taurus?
I can't rightly tell, Skipper. She's ghosted over by a misty blanket. The mysterious planet dead ahead. What will Scott, Taurus, and Crystal find when they land? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off for another
exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Plagued Planet. Last time, Professor Mace discovered a new planet that he believed supported some kind of life. Scott, Crystal, and Taurus blasted off to investigate. As they neared their destination, all they could see was a blanket of mist shrouding the mysterious planet.
Get set for deceleration.
Aye, Skipper, all set.
Firing retros. Entering atmosphere. This heavy cloud layer in the stratosphere makes a perfect insulation. Should make the temperature below rather constant.
Aye.
Approach speed now normal cruise. Diverse seat positions. How's the environment checking out, Chris?
Well, so far, Scott, this seems to be a friendly atmosphere we're breaking into. There's oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, but there's a much higher helium content than on Earth.
And the cloud layers below don't look much different than those on Earth.
Looks promising. We'll drop on down for a closer look. Signs of animal life, Taurus?
Jungle too dense to spot anything, Skipper.
The outside temperature is 80 degrees, Scott.
This far out from the sun, I wonder where the energy comes from.
Hey, Skipper, take a look up ahead.
Geysers. Well, those things must be shooting superheated steam miles into the air.
Aye, and there are thousands of them, Skipper. They reach clear to the limits of my scanner.
That accounts for the energy. The atmosphere is conditioned by volcanic action.
Right. That, along with high cosmic radiation, makes an ideal environment for sustaining life. I wouldn't be surprised if we find some form of animal life on this planet.
Hey, Skipper. City dead ahead. Looks like a well-advanced civilization.
A city? Any people?
Can't tell. Looks deserted. Nothing but ruins.
Could be they're hiding out. Flash 'em a signal, Skipper.
Okay. Open all bands and see if you can pick up a response, Chris.
Right, Scott.
Not a peep, Skipper.
Looks safe enough for landing. Let's chance it.
Hey, someone else has been here. Isn't that a burned-out spaceship over there?
Why, that looks like an old 20th century explorer.
It sure does. Come on, Taurus. Let's take a closer look at that thing. That's what it is, Taurus. These were used as deep exploratory probes before the era of colonization.
This was one that didn't come back. I wonder what happened to the crew.
Look, Taurus. The outer skin's been fused by intense heat. Apparently it landed safely. There's no sign that it crashed or anything.
There's something strange about all this.
Scott! Scott! Taurus! Look at this! There's something inside. Something alive.
Chris, get away from that thing. Get back, quick!
What is this thing Crystal has found? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off. for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Plagued Planet. Last time, Scott, Crystal, and Taurus were in the Starduster streaking toward a newly discovered planet. After sighting a city, Scott landed the Starduster, but there was no one to be found. Crystal discovered a big seed pod that seemed alive with some kind of fire.
It is alive.
Take it easy, Chris.
All I did was touch it, and it came alive.
What on earth could it be? Animal or vegetable?
It's hard to say. This planet doesn't seem too friendly.
Look, it's closing.
It looks harmless now.
That strange light inside. It was like a living fire.
Yes, that's what has me worried. We better be careful. Let's take a look around those ruins for other signs of life. Maybe we can find some answers there.
Scott, it's all so eerie, like a ghost city.
I think that's what it is, Chris. Looks like this place has been deserted for 200 years.
Oh, it was a beautiful city.
Looks like it was destroyed by fire, like that spaceship back there.
This must have been a highly developed culture.
Yes, beings very much like Earth people.
Hey, Skipper! Scott! Crystal! Over here! I found something! Take a look at that mural.
Why, it's a picture history of the people who lived here.
Right, Skipper. Looks like they lived a good life, but wait until you see what happened to them. There they are, building the city, and there they are, harvesting their crops. Now they're celebrating with music and dancing.
This shows various activities. Painting pictures, making pottery, enjoying sports, doing useful work.
Scott, there are the fiery pods like the one we saw just now. Why, they're falling out of the sky.
Next, the people are bringing gifts and offerings out to the fiery pods. Then the fire is coming out of the pods. The people are fleeing back into the city. The fire surrounds the city. That's all.
Oh, Scott, you don't suppose the whole city was destroyed by those things, those fiery pods?
It's very possible, Crystal. If we take these pictures literally, they explain a lot.
Like the other rocket ship out there with the burned-out hull.
Yes, it landed here a century ago and was consumed by that strange fire before the crew could take off.
Scott, the same thing could happen to us.
Come on. Let's get back to the Starduster.
What do we do about the strange pods?
We better avoid them. There are a lot of answers we must find out first. And I think we'll find them in that jungle back there. If there are any other forms of life existing on this planet, it should be around heavy vegetation. Taurus, launch the surface craft.
Aye, Skipper.
Should one of us stay with the Starduster?
No, Chris. I think it's safer if we all stick together.
What about equipment, Skipper?
Standard survival should be all we'll need. Better check to see that it's all aboard.
And Taurus, would you mind bringing my complex? There might be some of those nice people still around, and I want to look my best.
What's wrong with looking your best for us, lassie? I'm bringing your whole makeup kit. Up aboard. Don't keep this taxi waiting.
But this looks like a desert, Scott. Do you suppose that strange fire could have caused it?
Something did. That jungle starts very abruptly. It looks like a different world.
What strange plants. They're like giant weeds.
Aye, but more like the giant vegetable forests on Venus. Hey, there's a clearing up ahead, Skipper.
Looks like something's been here.
Aye, with huge hedge clippers.
That's right. I'll set her down. We'll take a look around.
What strange beings inhabit this dense jungle? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Plagued Planet. Last time, after Scott, Crystal, and Torres landed on the mysterious planet, they found a huge painting which told of fiery seed pods coming out of the sky and destroying the city. The group returned to the Starduster to get a surface vehicle and continue their investigation in the surrounding jungle.
What do you make of it?
These plants have been broken or eaten by some kind of animal.
Must have been a big one to tear up all this much jungle.
Scott! Scott, tracks! Enormous tracks! They disappear over that rise.
Wow! What kind of a monster could that be?
Oh, no. It couldn't be.
Oh, Scott!
Jump to Jupiter!
Don't move. A beetle. A giant beetle.
It's Eva!
Blast him, Taurus.
It's turning around.
What a nightmare. Are you sure we're not dreaming, Skipper?
I only wish we were, Taurus. I have a feeling we're in for bigger surprises.
Listen. What's that?
Sounds like an earthquake.
Yes. But look.
Jumping, Skipper, the whole jungle is coming alive.
Those pods!
They're like the one back where we landed.
Let's get back to the surface buggy and take a look over there, Skipper. There's old Double Ugly again. It acts like it's seen a ghost.
Those pods in the crater. They're opening.
What's wrong about that beetle seeing a ghost, Taurus? Look what's coming out.
The fire has completely consumed the beetle.
Let's get out of here.
Things are coming after us.
Taurus, see if you can blast them.
No good, Skipper. It doesn't affect them a bit.
There's a Starduster.
We made it.
And not a second too soon.
Secure for emergency blast-off.
Aye, Skipper. That fire stuff is all over the outer hull, Skipper.
Maybe we can lose it on blast-off. I'll hope.
Can the Starduster withstand the terrific heat? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Plagued Planet. Last time, Scott, Crystal, and Taurus were threatened by a giant beetle. Taurus blasted the beetle, turning it back into the jungle. The fire pods set upon the injured beetle, completely consuming it. Then the pods started after the surface craft as it raced for the safety of the Starduster. As the Starduster blasted off, the pods turned their fire on the great ship.
All clear below, Skipper. Not a sign of those glitter bugs.
Lucky for us, the Starduster has a heavy shielding.
Yes. Or we'd have been burned out like that old explorer ship.
Scott, Father on channel 36.
McCloud here. Come in, Professor.
Scott, I've been monitoring your channel. Sounds like mutations to me. Did you check the area for radioactivity?
No, we had to get out of there fast. But I suspect high radiation. There's no other way to account for the fantastic aberration we found there.
Are you sure you escaped without contamination?
I think so, Professor. The Starduster was sealed tight on blast-off. We're now in orbit around the planet. What do you suggest we do now?
We'll need more data before we can...
Scott, high radiation in the storage compartment.
Now, how could that be? That's 2 compartments away from the atomic engines.
Stand by, Professor. Better check it out, Taurus.
Aye, Skipper. What's the trouble, Scott?
High radiation in cargo storage, Professor. We don't know yet what's the...
Great jumping Jupiter! The place is crawling with those blasted fire ghosts.
How did those things get inside the Starduster?
Too late to worry about that now. We've got to find some way to get them under control.
The bloomin' monsters are burning right through the bulkhead.
Stand back, Taurus. Stand back.
How much takes to put disintegrator?
It doesn't even affect them.
Stand aside. We'll try this.
All I needed was the fire extinguisher. Scott, Crystal, what's happening out there? Are you all right?
Everything is okay, Dad. That strange fire was aboard the Starduster, but we put it out.
Really? You found a way to control it?
That's right, Professor. The answer to our problem is very simple. Borate. Load up an auxiliary pack with the stuff and blast it out here. And outfit a Space Force squadron and send it out for Mappa.
I'll have everything on the way within the hour.
Good. We'll be standing by.
Out here.
Professor Mace loses no time in launching the borate pack for its rendezvous with the Starduster.
Here she comes, right on target.
Got it, Taurus. Right in my sights. We should rendezvous in 2 units.
Steady, steady.
The pylon's down and ready for hookup, Scott.
Check. Easy does it.
Here comes the Space Force.
Give me a fix.
You're right on target, Skipper. Get ready. Let her go.
Mission accomplished, Professor. Space Force is completing a mop-up.
Good work, Scott. How soon can my planet be open for colonization?
If we isolate the radiation areas, we can open it right away.
Only one thing, Professor. The colonists better bring plenty of bug killer. There are some big ones out here.
Starduster returning to base, out here.
And so ends the story of The Plagued Planet. Don't miss the next exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel.